Today our topic is how to become more emotionally resilient. Life is full of challenges, and sometimes it feels like the world is against us. We face problems at work, in relationships, and even within ourselves. But what makes some people able to handle these difficulties better than others? The answer is emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from tough situations, to stay strong when things go wrong, and to keep going even when life feels heavy. It doesn't mean you won't feel pain or sadness. It means you can manage those feelings and not let them control you. The good news is that emotional resilience is not something you are born with or without. It's a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned and improved. So, how do you become more emotionally resilient? Let's talk about some practical steps you can take. First, understand that emotions are normal. Everyone feels sad, angry, or anxious sometimes. These emotions are not bad, they are part of being human. The problem is not the emotions themselves, but how we react to them. Some people try to ignore their feelings or push them away, but this doesn't work in the long term. Instead, accept your emotions. Let yourself feel them without judgment. For example, if you're feeling sad, tell yourself, I shouldn't feel this way. Instead, say, I'm feeling sad right now, and that's okay. Acceptance is the first step toward emotional resilience, because it helps you face your feelings instead of running from them. Second, practice self-awareness. This means paying attention to your thoughts and emotions. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Why am I feeling this way? When you understand your emotions, you can manage them better. For example, if you notice that you're feeling stressed, you can take steps to reduce that stress, like taking a break or talking to a friend. Self-awareness also helps you recognize patterns in your behavior. Maybe you notice that you always feel anxious before a big meeting, or that you get angry when someone criticizes you. Once you see these patterns, you can work on changing them. Third, build a strong support system. No one can handle everything alone. We all need people who care about us and can help us when we're struggling. This could be family, friends, or even a therapist. Talk to these people about how you're feeling. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes just sharing your thoughts with someone else can make a big difference. And remember, it's not just about taking, it's also about giving. Be there for others when they need support. Helping others can make you feel stronger and more connected. Fourth, focus on what you can control. Life is full of things we can't change, like the weather or other people's actions. But there are always things we can control, like our own behavior and attitude. When you focus on what you can control, you feel more powerful and less helpless. For example, if you're worried about a test, you can't control how hard the questions will be, but you can control how much you study. If you're upset about a friend's behavior, you can't control what they do, but you can control how you respond. This mindset is a key part of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us to accept what we can't change and focus on what we can. Fifth, practice gratitude. It's easy to focus on the negative things in life, but this only makes us feel worse. Instead, try to notice the good things, even if they're small. Maybe you're grateful for a sunny day, a kind word from a coworker, or a good meal. Write these things down in a journal, or just think about them before you go to sleep. Gratitude helps you see that even in difficult times there are still things to be thankful for. This positive outlook can make you more resilient because it reminds you that life is not all bad. Sixth, take care of your body. Your physical health has a big impact on your emotional health. If you're tired, hungry, or sick, it's harder to handle stress and stay positive. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating healthy food, and exercising regularly. Exercise is especially important because it releases endorphins, which are chemicals in your brain that make you feel good. Even a short walk can help improve your mood. Taking care of your body also includes avoiding things that hurt you, like too much alcohol or drugs. These might feel good in the moment, but they make emotional resilience harder in the long run. Seventh, learn to let go. Holding on to anger, resentment, or regret only hurts you. It's like carrying a heavy bag everywhere you go. It makes life harder. Instead, try to forgive others and yourself. This doesn't mean you have to forget what happened or say it was okay. It just means you choose to stop letting it control your emotions. Letting go is not easy, but it's one of the most powerful ways to build emotional resilience. One way to practice letting go is through mindfulness, which means focusing on the present moment without judgment. When you're mindful, you're less likely to get stuck in the past or worry about the future. 8. Set realistic goals. Having goals gives you something to work toward and helps you feel purposeful. But it's important to set goals that are achievable. If your goals are too big or too vague, you might feel overwhelmed or disappointed. Break big goals into smaller steps and celebrate your progress along the way. For example, if your goal is to get healthier, start with small changes like drinking more water or walking 10 minutes a day. As you reach these smaller goals, you will feel more confident and motivated to keep going. 9th, practice patience. Emotional resilience doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and effort to change the way you think and react. Be patient with yourself and recognize that setbacks are normal. If you have a bad day or make a mistake, don't give up. Learn from it and keep trying. Remember, every small step you take toward emotional resilience is a step in the right direction. 10th, find meaning in your struggles. This is one of the hardest but most important steps. When something bad happens, it's natural to ask, why me? But instead of focusing on the pain, try to find a lesson or a purpose in it. Maybe a difficult experience taught you something about yourself, made you stronger, or helped you appreciate what you have. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust, wrote about this in his book, Man's Search for Meaning. He said that even in the worst situations, we can choose how we respond and find meaning in our suffering. This doesn't make the pain go away, but it can help you feel more in control and less like a victim. Finally, remember that emotional resilience is not about being perfect or never feeling pain. It's about learning how to handle life's challenges in a healthy way. About knowing that even when things are hard, you have the strength to keep going. And it's about understanding that every struggle is an opportunity to grow and become stronger. So, the next time you face a difficult situation, don't be afraid. Take a deep breath, remember these steps, and believe in yourself. You are stronger than you think, and you have the power to build emotional resilience. Life will always have ups and downs, but with emotional resilience, you can face anything that comes your way.